Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you tonight, September 12th, 2015. We just got done watching the Floyd Mayweather versus Berto fight. It was what it was. It was a boxing match. It went 12 rounds. I think most people knew that it was going to go 12. Floyd Mayweather gets the win. He's now 49-0. Floyd Mayweather has been one of the best boxers / promoters of his time. He's been very, very cautious the way he picks his fights, the way he lines guys up and puts them in order. Definitely when you think about, some of the biggest fights that Floyd Mayweather has ever been in, he's picked the guys at the right time. We waited years and years to see Floyd Mayweather take on Manny Pacquiao at the time that Manny Pacquiao finally got to that fight. He was too small. He was too depleted. Basically, when he fought Canelo Alvarez, the guy was too green and just wasn't at the point of his career that he's at now. I mean, since the Alvarez fight, Alvarez has really gone on and become a better boxer, and definitely Alvarez is now with Floyd Mayweather saying he is just basically moving on and being retired, is probably going to be looked at as one of the better boxers that is out there. Miguel Cotto is another guy who Mayweather beat on the way to getting to 49-0. He was too slow, he was too banged up at that point, and Floyd Mayweather took advantage of it. When Mayweather took the fights against Marcos Maidana, Maidana was dismissed as being too technically unsound, and he was too inexperienced at the pay-per-view level. But basically, Maidana went in, and he had a heart full of steam that night, and took the fight to Mayweather, and a lot of people thought that was one of the closest fights that Mayweather has ever come to losing. That is why they immediately went back and did Floyd Mayweather versus Maidana 2, where Mayweather, took a different style of fight to him and basically beat the guy, and that's where they were able to move on from there. Do I think that Floyd Mayweather is honestly retired from boxing? No. I think that right now, Floyd Mayweather thinks he is the greatest of all time, the all-time great, at 49-0, even though he's retiring, and his record is the same as Rocky Marciano. Everybody knows Rocky Marciano. If you've ever seen Welcome to America, you remember the good old debate between Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis, who was the greatest fighter of all time. He beat Joe Louis's ass, but I don't know. Honestly, Mayweather is a guy that loves to make money. He loves to spend money. Definitely, everyone's heard the offers from HBO and CBS. Do I think that Floyd Mayweather comes back for at least one more fight, if not more? Definitely, tying Rocky Marciano's 49-0 record is one thing to really hang your hat on, but basically getting to a point where you're able to say that you're 50-0, definitely, if you think about who is on tap, definitely when Berto is chosen as the 49th victim to Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't really on anybody's radar. He was a guy that he had lost, I believe, 2 or 3 of his last 5 fights. He had been knocked out a few times. I thought that maybe, he was looking to find a way to knock somebody out. So when, they went to try and book the next set of fights, Mayweather would be able to demand more money because he's still an explosive fighter, and you wouldn't be able to say that his fights are these defensive conquests. It's sort of like, how people always say in football, defense wins football games, but nobody really wants to see this defensive game. When it comes down to it in baseball, a pitcher's duel every once in a while is really nice to watch. Jack Morris versus John Smoltz, the 1991 World Series. I believe it was Game 7. A great game to watch, but when it comes down to it, there's no hits, there's no home runs, there's no, boom boom fireworks going off during a pitcher's duel. It's just not something that you want to watch every day, and it's definitely not something that you want to pay for in Floyd Mayweather. But when it comes down to it, trying to pick who is going to be the next fight for Floyd Mayweather could be a little bit difficult. If you go over the list of guys, that basically could be, victim number 50, or at least putting it up there. Definitely the one fight that I think people would still want to pay for would have to be Floyd Mayweather going up against Manny Pacquiao. If you think about everything that was going around, Manny Pacquiao had the injured shoulder. He asked for the shot of cortisone. And Floyd Mayweather's camp wouldn't let him have it. It was against the deal. Even though, now the word is coming out that Floyd Mayweather received an illegal IV that was also against the rules. I don't know what they're trying to do. If they're trying to give everyone a refund that ordered that fight, it just seems like more and more things are coming out against this fight, and it just it doesn't really make sense. Sal Alvarez, honestly, in my opinion, is a young fighter who definitely looks like he could be the next face of boxing if there's anybody going to be out there. Would Mayweather have the smarts to take this fight? And if he does lose to Sal Alvarez, he immediately has a rematch where he can try and get his win back. If he's not able to get the win, definitely, take Sal Alvarez under his camp and start promoting him and start pushing him as the guy that beat Floyd Mayweather, the guy that beat the streak. Now, all of a sudden, as a promoter instead of a boxer, you're pushing the guy who's going to be the next guy, and you're making money off of the guy that beats you. Manny Pacquiao is probably going to bring the biggest dollars because he is the biggest name. He put another guy in there like Miguel Cotto, just knowing that he has an easy victory coming his way, and he can become 50-0 and see where it goes from here. But I don't know whether it's going to be on HBO, whether it's going to be on Showtime, whether it's going to be on CBS, NBC, ESPN. I believe that we are going to see Mayweather fight again. I believe that it's in his blood to fight as long as he's going to fight, and at least fights until we see him lose. So we'll see what goes on down the road.